Hi, everybody. Welcome to Story Station. I'm so glad you joined us today. We have a wonderful book today called Beautiful Blackbird, written by Ashley Bryan. And she's the illustrator, too. So let's get our bodies ready. You know what to do. Get your O's ready at your eyes and open them big and wide. And now your C's at your ears. Turn up the volume so you can hear. And your fingers at your throat. Turn it on so you can talk about all the wonderful things you see in this book. Are you ready to sing the parts of the book? You know the song. Here we go. Titles on the front, the title's on the front. Hi-ho, biblio, the title's on the front. The author writes the words, the author writes the words. Hi-ho, biblio, the author writes the words. The illustrator draws, the illustrator draws. Hi-ho, biblio, the illustrator draws. The spine binds the book, the spine binds the book. Hi-ho, biblio, the spine binds the book. And now it's time to read, and now it's time to read. Hi-ho, biblio, and now it's time to read. Beautiful blackbird. Have you ever seen a blackbird before? They're very big. Sometimes people think of them as crows, but the blackbird is a very special bird. And this story is fiction, and it is a pretend story. But this story was written by African Americans who thought this was like a legend of how the beautiful blackbird was the only blackbird around and shared his beauty with all the other birds. So be on the lookout for how he shares his beauty. And it won the Laura Ingalls Wilder Award and the Coretta Scott King Award. And they are very special awards, especially the one by Coretta Scott King, who we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. His wife carried on his wonderful dream, and she gives this award to authors who write and illustrate beautiful books that happen to be African American, just like Martin Luther King. So I'm excited to share this story with you. Look at the beautiful inside. Lots of birds. Beautiful blackbird. And this book was written in memory of the editor and her friend, Jean Carl. Look at, can you spot the blackbirds? Can you count how many? I only can see 2. But this page and this page does look connected. So I don't think this is the same bird. Maybe there are 2 of them. But lots of other colors. And we're so thankful to Simon & Schuster and Athenaeum Books for young readers for giving us permission to read this story by Ashley Bryan. So we're going to find out how this blackbird is going to help all of these other birds. Can you make a prediction or a guess of how it might be possible that one blackbird could help all these other birds? Let's find out and see if your guess is right. Long ago, the birds of Africa were all colors of the rainbow. Clean, clear colors from head to tail. Oh, so pretty, pretty, pretty. Back then, though, birds had no marks of blacks on their feathers. From the tops of their heads to the tips of their tails, no markings of blacks. Uh-oh. Whether large or small, Blackbird was the only bird who had all the black. Now remember, this is fiction, so it's like a fairy tale or a legend that they told in Africa. One day, Ringdove called the birds to a festival in the forest. He asked them to all meet by the lake where he lived. Birds flew in from all over with a flip-flop flapping of their wings and a whirring stirring of the air. They flew down to the lake from everywhere. The birds' colors were mirrored in the waters. They were red, green, yellow, purple, orange, and blue, pink, then black, Blackbird. Blackbird too. So here are all the birds standing up on top of the grass, looking into the lake. And what do they see? You're right, they see themselves. That's called a reflection. If you look into a lake, sometimes it's very still and you can see a reflection. That's just like what it looks like in the mirror, a reflection of ourselves. Ringdove called, "Cuckoo, cuckoo, I've got a question to ask of you. Who of all is the most beautiful?" The color birds never even raised a wing. They raised their beaks and they began to sing. Blackbird stands out best of all. Blackbird is the most beautiful. His feathers gleam all colors in the sun. Blackbird is the most beautiful one. Are you surprised? Who would you choose as the most beautiful? They all voted Blackbird was the most beautiful. The birds circled Blackbird in a beak and wing dance, singing beak to beak, peck, 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 spread your wings, stretch your neck. Black is beautiful, Black is beautiful, Those birds are having a nice dance. They broke out of the circle for the show cross slide. Tip, tap, toe to the left, spin around. Toe, tip, tap to the right, stroke the ground. Wings flip flapping as you glide. Forward and backward in a show claws slide. I bet you could do that slide. Are you ready? Do you want to stand up and try it? Here we go. Tip, tap, toe to the left. And now spin around. Toe, tip, tap to the right and stroke the ground. Wings flip flapping as you glide. Forward and backward in a show claw slide. When the birds were in their steps, Ringdove took Blackbird aside. "Oh, Blackbird, Blackbird, cuckoo, cuckoo, would you color me black so that I'll be black like you? My neck is plain, and that's a shame, 'cause Ringdove is my given name." Oh, Ringdove, it's a beautiful gray dove, but he doesn't have a ring anywhere. You know, a ring would be like a big circle or a ring that you wear on your finger. I'm wondering what Blackbird could do for him to help his name. Blackbird said, Color on the outside is not what's on the inside. You don't act like me. You don't eat like me. You don't get down in the groove and move your feet like me. But come tomorrow to the sun-up dance. I'll brew some blackening in my medicine gourd. And then I'll swing a ring around your neck to go with your name. Wow, medicine gourd. Do you remember we've talked about gourds before? It's like a pumpkin. When you open up a pumpkin and you scoop all the pulp and the seeds out, you're left with a pumpkin. That's a gourd, and they actually grow in vegetable gardens. The next day, the birds gathered. Blackbird stirred the blackening brew in his medicine gourd. He stirred it round and round. And then he dipped his feather brush in the pot. With his free wing, he spun Ringdove around, holding his brush to Ringdove's neck. So Ringdove is just spinning around, and he's holding his brush with black really still. And what is it drawing? Is it drawing circles around Ringdove's neck? Ringdove sang, "Cookaroo, cookaroo, see what a swinging ring of black can do?" I think that's one happy ringdove. Blackbird bowed to the crowd as a chirping arose. Ringdove's black is beautiful. Beak to beak, peck, peck, peck. He's just like Blackbird around his neck. Oh, Blackbird, can we have some of that blackening too? We all need what your black can do. You're such an artist with your feather brush. A touch of your black will be good for us. Blackbird said, "Tomorrow I'll mix the rest of my black roots in a larger medicine gourd. I'll give what I can until it gives out." So he was going to go dig up some roots from plants and add liquid, maybe water, to make a more black ink. The birds danced the sundown dance, and then they went to their nest. Although all through the night the birds dreamed of black. Black markings on the head, tail, wings, front and back. Oh, black is beautiful. Black, black, black. And here they are, all dreaming in their nests in their tree. They wish to have some black. Birds rose up at sun and took to the wings. Oh, way high up, the colors filled the sky. With the flip-flop flapping of their wings, a stirring whirring of the air, they flew down to the lake from everywhere. Ringdove carried Blackbird's large gourd and set it down. And Blackbird stirred a stick in his wing and said, "We'll see the difference a touch of black can make. Just remember, whatever I do, I'll be me and you'll be you." I wonder what he's meaning. Whatever I do, I'll still be me and you'll still be you. Blackbird tipped his feather brush into the pot and tapped out dots. Some were large and some were small, close together or far apart. It was a challenge to Blackbird's art. With strokes long and short, he painted stripes. Blackbird swept his brush strokes steady. He drew lines only when his brush was ready and full with a black, black brew. And look at all those different designs Blackbird drew. Dots and lines and stripes. Boy, he was so artistic. He painted something different, a different design on every bird. I think I would have run out of ideas. What a creative bird. The paint in the gourd was getting low. Blackbird still had more to go before he decorated the birds with black, one and all. "Save some for us," cried the small birds. "We've been in line and we were on time. We won't step back till we get a touch of black too. Uh-huh, uh-huh." Ringdove tipped the gourd. Blackbird slipped his brush way, way in. He brushed the rest of the birds with marks and arcs. He black-tapped the last small bird of the flock. And then Blackbird sang, "I've painted plenty, plenty, plenty. The gourd's now empty, empty, empty." You know what that means. He used up all his black paint. I wonder if he got them all. Do you see the arcs and the designs? They're all different and unique. The birds surrounded Blackbird and sang, "Our colors sport a brand new look. A touch of black was all it took. Oh, beautiful black, uh-huh, uh-huh. Black is beautiful, uh-huh." Do they look happy? How would you feel if someone helped you to look a little bit like them? But each one of them has a very special, unique look, all their own. And there is Blackbird flying off. How do you think he felt? How do you think all the birds felt? Do you think they were happy? I love the way the artist had scissors here at the beginning of the story, and a lot of the birds had colors coming out of their feathers. Did you notice the Blackbird had colors coming out of his feathers? And the scissors were at the beginning of the story because all of these illustrations are really cutouts of colored paper cut out by scissors by Ashley Bryan. And do you remember what she said in the story? Blackbird wanted to share black with everybody, but he said, "Remember, I'll still be me and you'll be you." He shared his black with everybody. Did everyone look exactly like Blackbird? No, they all had their unique look. And he reminded them that even though he shared his black, they would all still be themselves inside, and he would still be himself inside, even though he shared a little black with everyone. I hope you enjoyed our story today on Story Station, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.